Hello students, uh, good evening everybody. Welcome to the online classes. Today we are going to discuss about a good lesson in 10th class, that is acids and bases and salts. Acids, bases and salts. What is meant by acid? Acid, the term coming from Latin word that is acidus. Acidus means sour to taste. Acidus means sour to taste, means acids are sour in taste. Next, bases. Base is alkali. The term came from Arabic word that is calcium ashes of plants, means it is coming from ashes of plants, and these are soapy to touch, and taste of bases is bitter in taste. Now we are going to discuss about what is meant by acid and what is meant by base. After that, nowadays we are using so many acids and bases in our diet, in our daily life. Means examples of acids: malic acid. Malic acid in apple, tartaric acid in tamarind. Next, oxalic acid in tomato. Next, amla, in amla containing citric acid. Next, milk containing lactic acid. These are examples of acids. Next, bases. Bases are CaOH taken twice. It is called as slaked lime. Next, magnesium, MgOH taken twice. It is called as milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia we are using for indigestion purpose. For example, we are suffering from indigestion, we are using milk of magnesia, and we can get relief from the burning sensation in our stomach. And next, KOH, potassium hydroxide, and NaOH, sodium hydroxide. These are the examples of bases. Next, indicators. Very important term, indicators. What is meant by indicator? Indicator means to identify whether the substance it is acid or base. Now, indicators are three types: natural indicators, next synthetic indicators, next olfactory indicators. Naturally occurring indicators are called as natural indicators. These are the examples of turmeric, beetroot extract, oleander, mango leaf. Next, red cabbage extract, these are the, and also hydrangea flowers and China rose petals. These are the examples of natural indicators. Next, synthetic indicators means laboratory prepared indicators are called as synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators are methyl orange, phenolphthalein, third one universal indicator. Next, olfactory indicators. What is meant by olfactory indicators? Olfactory indicators means smell detecting indicators are called as olfactory indicators. Detecting indicators. Smell detecting indicators are called as olfactory indicators. Examples of olfactory indicators: chopped onions, vanilla essence. Third one, clove oil. These are the examples of indicators. Now, what are the uses of indicators? These indicators may be identify the substance, acid or base in present in the solutions, right? Litmus papers. Litmus papers also called as natural indicators. Litmus papers are two types. One is blue litmus, second one red litmus. Red litmus, blue litmus converted into red in acids. Red litmus converted to blue in bases. That is the importance of litmus papers. Next, given activity number 1, that is HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, next CH3, COOH acetic acid, NaOH, KOH, CaOH taken twice, MgOH taken twice, and NH4OH. These are acids, bases. We can identify the substances present in blue litmus, red litmus, methyl orange solution. Next, phenolphthalein solution. In blue litmus, in acids, it converted to red, and HNO3 also red, H2SO4 also red, and acetic acid also red. No change in bases. Red litmus in acids, no change, no change, no change, no change in all acids. And NaOH is base means it will turn to blue color, blue color, blue color, blue color and blue color. Means in this blue litmus turn red litmus into blue litmus turns red into HCl solution, means acid solution. Red litmus turns blue color into base solutions. Methyl orange in acids will give red color. All acids give red color, and bases it will give yellow color, that is orange yellow. And phenolphthalein it gives acid colorless in acids, and it will give pink color in bases. All bases it will give pink color. This is the table in activity 1. And activity number 2, that is olfactory indicators. How to identify the smell in acids and bases. Right. Activity number 2, that is olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators, we know that the smell detecting indicators are called as olfactory indicators. We can prepare chopped onions. Chopped onions contain a bag along with some clean cloth. Tie it well and keep in fridge for overnight. After that, remove it and we can make strips for clean cloth. After that, we can check it the smell in acids and bases. For example, first we can make 2 strips. First strip in HCl solution, second strip in NaOH solution. After that, we can take 2 strips on the clean floor. After that, we can add some amount of HCl on this strip. After that, some amount of NaOH on the strip. After that, we can rinse these 2 strips. After, we can see the smell, observe the smell of this chopped onions cloth. Means in acid it will be identified. In sodium hydroxide, means in base solution it will be destroyed. That is, we can observe that in acid solution chopped onion smell is increased, means the smell is identified. In bases the smell is destroyed. And after that, we can make a table for this chopped onions and vanilla essence. Next, clove oil in acids solution, in bases solution. Chopped onions in acids smell is identified, and vanilla essence also identified, and clove oil also identified. Next, bases, the smell is destroyed. The smell is destroyed in bases. Means we can take 2 test tubes. In one test tube, we can add vanilla essence, and another test tube also vanilla essence. And we can take HCl solution in first test tube and NaOH solution in second test tube. After that, we can observe the smell of the vanilla essence in HCl solution is identified, and in NaOH solution is destroyed. Next, clove oil. We can take clove oil in this first test tube and second test tube also clove oil. After that, we can add HCl and we can add NaOH in other test tube. First, we can observe smell in clove oil, that is in HCl solution, and we can observe the destroyed smell, nothing but the smell is destroyed in sodium hydroxide, means a basis solution. Means what we conclude that this experiment activity, we can conclude that in acid solution, smell is identified. Olfactory indicators are worked in only acids. In bases, the smell of the olfactory indicators will be destroyed. Before we go into the lab activity, we can make a diagram. Lab activity. This is a stand and this is the delivery tube. Next in HCl and zinc. After that, this is a soap solution containing scrub. First, we can arrange the apparatus like this. After that, we can take a small amount of zinc granules in a test tube and we can add a 2 ml of HCl in this dilute HCl in this test tube. After that, we can observe the evolved colorless of gas passing through the soap solution in a trough containing soap solution. After that, we can observe that bubbles of soap solution will be formed. If we test with the burning candle, pop sound will be observed. Means in this activity, we can observe in this activity, hydrogen gas is liberated. It will give pop sound. Pop sound is the indication of the liberating of hydrogen gas. First of all, in this activity, we can take a test tube and arrange apparatus like this. We can add 2 grams of zinc granules in a test tube and add HCl solution in this test tube, and we can observe that the colorless gas will be observed in the activity and the gas will passes through into soap solution. After that, bubbles will be formed. We can put the burning matchstick or burning candle near the bubbles and it will give pop sound and it will burn. After that, liberation of hydrogen gas it is indicated. Means in this activity we can make a chemical reaction. Chemical reaction for this activity, 2HCl plus zinc granules to form salt ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas is liberated. Reaction with reaction of metal with base. We can take a test tube and add a small amount of zinc granules and add 10 ml of dilute NaOH solution. After that, we can add dilute NaOH solution. Finally, we can get metal plus base, we can get salt and hydrogen. Means metal zinc plus 2NaOH to form sodium zincate Na2 ZnO2 plus hydrogen gas will be liberated in this experiment. Next, activity number 4. Apparatus like this, we can get 2 hole rubber stopper. One is a Thastel funnel and second one delivery tube containing and it is passed through the CaOH solution. This is the delivery tube and this is a CaOH solution containing test tube. Next, this is test tube, stand, Thastel funnel, Thastel funnel. After first, before we go into the experiment, we can take apparatus arranged like this. After that, we can take a test tube and add a small amount of means 0.5 grams of Na2CO3, that is washing soda, chemical name sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate and add a small amount of HCl, dilute HCl to the solution. After that, we can get some amount of CO2 gas will be liberated. First of all, before going to the lesson activity, first we can take a test tube and apparatus arrange like this. After that, we can take in a small amount of sodium carbonate, 5 grams, 0.5 grams sodium carbonate, and via the Thastel funnel, we can add dilute HCl drop by drop in this one. After that, we can take we can send the CO2 liberated colorless gas into the CaOH solution, means slaked lime. Slaked lime. After that, we can get CaCO3, means here we write a chemical reaction for this activity. Metal carbonate plus acid to get salt plus CO2, carbon dioxide plus water. Write in chemical equation metal carbonate Na2CO3 plus acid HCl 2HCl and to form 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2 and liberated gas of CO2 we can pass the CaOH solution, means after that we can get CaCO3, that is milkish white color, and insoluble precipitate is formed during this reaction. And another activity, that is we can take in the place of sodium carbonate, we can take sodium bicarbonate, that is NaHCO3. NaHCO3 means sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate means baking soda. Metal carbonate plus acid metal hydrogen carbonate plus acid to form salt plus CO2 carbon dioxide plus water. In the form of this equation, we can write NaHCO3 plus HCl to form NaCl plus H2O plus CO2 gas liberated. In this activity, this CO2 gas is sent through the CaOH solution. We can get CaCO3. CaOH taken twice plus CO2, we can get CaCO3 plus H2O. And passing of excess CO2 to the CaOH solution, CaCO3 plus H2O plus CO2 to form CaHCO3 twice. This is the aqueous solution is formed. Okay, thank you. And we can go to the next class. We can discuss about another activities.